All right, wonderful people, you're welcome on yet another interesting edition of Random. I love the way I say it with confidence that it's another interesting edition because I'm assured of something that it will definitely be interesting because my guest today is an interesting personality. He's a fashionista, he's an entrepreneur, he's a serial entrepreneur. Let me correct myself. He's a businessman to the core, he's a family man, he's so many things. And by the time you get to know who my guest is, you understand the reason why I'm this hyped up. My guest today is Mr. Seun Bamiro. But that name, you may be wondering, I think I heard the name. I think I know the name. Yes, you may have known the name, but you may not know the name. But even if you don't know that name, you will not miss the name YNorth. Say, which is YNorth? Why not? Is it that YNorth? No, don't worry. By the time you meet my guest, you will know who YNorth is and what is YNorth. Don't go anywhere. It's still Random with After Samuel. Thank you. So finally, YNorth is here. You are welcome, sir.
Thank you very much, my host. Thank you so much for having me here. I appreciate it.
Why not? You know, I have thought of it. Sometimes I try to. I've checked your name. There's nothing like why not in there. So what is the origin of why not? I think that's the perfect place to start from.
Okay, why not is just is when we're trying to start up the brand. Then it's just like why not made in Nigeria. So formerly it was WHYNOT. Okay. Why not made in Nigeria? Okay. Why not our own? Why not this? So we now change it to make it now suitable for a brand. So we change it to why not.
Why not? Yeah, wow, so interesting.
That's how
I got to know you around 2015, 2016, if I'm not mistaken. But then the why not I know then and the why not of now, they are two different people. That why not is gentle. Is a very I don't know how to put it, but the why not of today is a radically totally different at some point, and the change was not gradual, it was sudden. Immediately you flipped the script, you changed you reinvented yourself, your fashion sense, your personality, everything I know about you just changed. Like at the snap of a finger like this. What happened? What really happened? I know that was that cannot be an accident. That was deliberate. What informed that sudden switch in personality?
Okay, actually this is who I am from day one. Mm-hmm. So when I started a business, I tried to calm down and change to what it is to be. So 2022, we added up another brand called Time Teller.
Yes. So
Time Teller needed to associate with more of the Gen Z and the other side of the game. And so Time Teller sells sunglasses, sells watches, sells earrings, sells this. So for me to sell the brand very well, because we have tried enough for Why Not? Why Not was over 10 years then. So we introduced Time Teller, and Time Teller needed somebody who is out there. They also needed entertainment, someone, so the whole thing just changed towards.
I've always been like this, so let me revert to my original style.
This is who I am. And I've not actually changed from what it is. Why not? It's still fashion, and what I'm still is also in fashion. Indirectly, we try to introduce entertainment. So indirectly everything still work and so I'm representing two things: the business
and the people around you. The people around you. How did they come to terms with it? Was it a shock to them? Did they come to terms with it easily when you give them this explanation? Did they buy it immediately or say no? Because I know that some people will have they have a lot of reservations.
One thing about me is I actually don't get myself worried about what people say. My result is what counts to me. So when people acted on it, some don't like it, especially the religious ones. When you go into church and they start saying, they don't understand. They don't. So and I know this is not the way to go to a fire. So I know myself. So I just don't care. I really don't care when I want to take. Once I get the figure right, I get my energy right. I just push. I don't get to say what people are saying.
So you
I
don't even bother, you
I
don't
just,
even get
once
some.
my family are cool with it, my immediate family are cool with it. Even my mom, who is more of so much of religions, did not even talk. So people who are not as much as closer to me, like them, and they won't complain. I don't care.
when my own people are, they
I'm an
understand.
adult. So it's just me. So the family who knows me way back from my secondary school knows that this is who I actually. So there was no change.
It wasn't
Just like
really
we
shock to
take
them.
father see, understand. So it's just it. That's just it.
How has business been in Nigeria?
Yeah, business in Nigeria has been very tough. It's always tough to do business in Nigeria. It's always a phase. You go up, you go down. You go up, you go down. I'm used to it. I started YNorth when there was a very tough time. That was in 2010 after losing money in forex markets. So it's always been a challenge. I understand that surviving in Nigeria is tough. So you just need to move on how the ocean the wave is working, and you know how to navigate yourself properly. That is just it. There's nothing ever change. It's always difficult.
I follow you so closely on social media. Few years ago, you put up a post which really caught my attention, and I laughed. I think you went to a filling station to buy fuel, and then the attendant asked you, what should I write, or something. And then you said, if you can do this to me, then that means if I send any of my staff, that's how you would have convinced them or connived with them and make them start thinking of how to be shady and how to do this. Do you remember that?
I can just remember the filling stations I'm talking. It's always, Nigeria is always, as in, we are the ones that get ourselves to this place, So it's something we see so much in the business. So when I went to buy the fuel and the guy just thought he doesn't know, he was just telling me, well, it's not even the first time. Even if you go and buy electronics, they'll be asking you what should they put there. It's annoying. It's annoying because you don't look at the other party who the money is actually going. You don't know where the money is coming from. People don't know how it is to actually get money, and they all see it as being smart. That is what has gotten us to where we are. Everybody sees shady deals, bad things as being smart. When directly you don't forget somebody else is losing somewhere. And when people are losing somewhere, the more harder the country is. Because it's supposed to take me 10 years to build a solid business. And it's now taking me 20 years to do that. Indirectly, it's going to affect the economy too. So everything we are just like a mirror of ourselves. Anything, once you look at it, is what it brings to you. So the whole thing still boils down to what we do to each other and what we do to other people's business. It's what we are currently now. So it's not the first. We have lost so much money in the game, also in corruption, steals, theft.
Yeah, I will still get to that theft. I will still get to looting, because I know that your store, was it the one in Ilorin, was looted?
Yeah, 3 stores were looted.
Exactly. Yeah. But before we even get to that, and how you manage staff and all, can you take us through the story of YNorth? Because I don't know if I'm right. I think the first store of YNorth used to be somewhere around Jericho.
Yeah, that was the first store.
The one close to Answer building.
You're very right.
But then from that one came 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it started spreading around. Like how many branches do you have right now?
Yeah, our outlets were at one point at 60 something.
60 something.
Yeah, so we drop it down when we have some challenges. We reintroduce again when we have time teller. As I said, it's always up and it's always down. The only thing is constant is you have to keep moving. You have to just keep moving, and the business it's over 15 years now, so we have done our due diligence. We have understand the retail side of the business, and we have find anything that comes in, we actually absorb and we learn from it and we move further on.
What are the challenges of scaling up? Because you see, I was invited to a church years ago to come and anchor a program, and then the church was celebrating their 25th anniversary. And this is a church where people share testimony about their pastor and how God has been using him for them and everything. But the church, God forgive me, they are in one makeshift building, not even a brick building. But this is 25th year rather of this ministry, and people, like I said, they have members who are grown that have been there from day one, and everybody is testifying that God has been answering prayer, God has been everything. And this is the church that is 25 years old and is still not in their permanent site, so to speak. And I think that time coincided with the 25th year of Winners Chapel or something, and we're celebrating 25th years with different branches, with higher institution, with this one, with that one. So that got me thinking, this person has been successful. At least that church where people are sharing testimony that God has been, to a large extent, in the sense of it, they have been successful. Likewise, we can put another church that is celebrating 25th year side by side, they have also been successful. But when you see their results, it is not even comparable. So there are some businesses who have done 20 years and they have not even grown beyond one store, or maybe 1.5 or 2 in same city. But you have grown beyond one city, 2, 3, 4 cities, and with numerous outlets. And when I say outlet now, even I know that there are some other supermarkets and everything where you still have your stand and everything. How fast were you moving? Because I want to check the speed, the growth rate, and everything that could make that possible within 15 years. That growth, if you even add another a smaller brand now, like let me say a sister brand, which is Time Teller. And how do you manage this time and everything? How do you come by all this?
I will put it down to the experience and the time I spend in branding and marketing in the company. I've actually done business with a company before. I learned a lot from network marketing business.
Network marketing
business, yeah. I spent almost 7 years in an online network marketing business where I help them to sell their products online, and I do business seminars way back. In fact, I started the network marketing business when I was 19.
So when you say network marketing now, the same
Tanshi, FLP, GNLD. Yeah, we did. I didn't do that, but I did QNet. We call it QNet then. They are based in Malaysia, but before QNet, when I was in school, I was the one heading one of my cousin's friend's business. So I remember then when I was with my auntie in Lagos, we have about close to 7 of my cousins living with my auntie in Lagos. And he was a permanent secretary to General under Tinubu's regime, so we are okay. So I'm also living there, and I tell you, I'm the youngest who is living there then, and we have a lot of, like almost 7 of them who are graduate, but they did not get a job. So from that time, I started thinking of what to do. I don't want to go into the step they have been doing. So one of them started business in Yaba, and there's somebody to head that business in Ikorodu, because we stay in Ikorodu. So he couldn't get anybody, and I said I want to help him. I was quite young. I think I was 18 or 19. So, and what are we doing? We are just selling Tapiko. You know Tapiko, 300. So we used to sell Tapiko 300, and so we sell it on the main road. So he was selling in Yaba while I was heading the one in Ikorodu. So we were just bringing some street boys, like 7 of them. I would give them carton to sell. I think I remember then we sell at 700 naira for carton, and they keep 100, we keep 600. So I have 200 from each carton. So I'm the head of that street. So I hawk Tapiko on the streets of Lagos, and that road is quite small, not as big as there. So the lesson I learned from all these businesses put together, including the GNLD, which I started later after the Tapiko business, actually helped me so much in branding and understanding how to expand. I remember that I was the youngest, most selling person in the business then, and we have close to 4 million members. Wow. Yeah, I was the youngest in West Africa then. So I understand selling very well, and I was taught marketing free of charge. You know, in network marketing business, they don't pay your salary. It is what you sell that you take commission. So that means your energy in which you're using to sell matters so much in business. So if you're coming from, so people who have skills and energy in those things excel more in business. And to what you said about the two churches, how we say is leadership, and how we also say is luck too. Yeah, we can't take luck out of all these things. You see, because in my little beginning, I saw brands that we actually supposed to grow up together, and I saw where they are right now, where we are. So I will still attach it down to my experience in the network marketing business and ability to learn very fast in business. So when others are started struggling to look for funds, I was keeping my books very well, and banks like Bank of Industry, CBN, they were pushing me because they see the energy I put into it and they see how I structure the business.
Sorry, let me get that. Bank of Industry, CBN, they were pushing your brand.
Yeah, they bought us good sum of. In fact, I was the youngest they gave 10 million naira to in 2017 or 2018.
Wow.
Yeah, so after 6 months later, CBN also supported with another fund. So, but they didn't do that just because they see a young boy trying to push. They saw that I've actually been managing some loans from a microfinance bank, which I've been able to pay.
You took loan?
I took loan a lot. So when people say
till now,
when people say they think I'm laundering money, when I hear some gist outside, I just laugh. They don't. I take loans. It makes you more disciplined, and it gives you energy, it gives you strength, gives you some level, because when you take a loan, you don't rest. Your brain your head has to be calculated.
So that means you are not against because I've had some I won't say preachers. I've had some teachers says if you have a business idea, you can save up for it. Taking loan is suicidal. I've heard so many things about trying to demarket loan for business.
Yeah, when you look at it, you can't advise people. What you do is what you understand. The mentors who I followed, they take loan from the bank because what will take you 10 years to achieve, it might take you 5 years or 2 years to achieve it when you get other people's money to do it. That is the essence of bank. If people are not taking loan, there's no way bank could be bank what they are today. So who are the ones taking the loan? So if somebody is discouraging taking a loan, why is bank still operating? That means people are taking the loan. When you see, do you know how much Dangote is owing from to the lab? So everybody takes loan because there are some things not everybody, but a lot of people take loan because it's actually happy to be prudent in spending, and also what will take you longer years to achieve, you achieve it. But it can also be part-time loan too. There are a lot of challenges, but you must have mastered it so much. It's not as bad as what people think. The bank will take your position or they will take this from you. No, it's just if your loan get bad, you can actually call for restructuring in the bank, in loan business. You can call for restructuring and they will help you to restructure, but you have to have a very good relationship with them. I've actually helped a lot of young entrepreneurs to take a loan from the bank, and they are doing quite well in their businesses too. So you cannot survive a business unless you're coming from a rich home. So the growth of YNorth actually boils down to the money we take from the bank and the support we get from the bank. So we just don't do that. What we have achieved to this might take us about 20 or 30 years to actually achieve what we achieved. If there's no fund, how do you want to do it? Watches are not cheap to buy. Clothes are not. You buy some that are going to go. You do some design that will not fly.
Now, so many questions coming to my head at the same time. What did you study in school?
I did computer science. That is why I was able to do some other things in computers. I did computer science and I actually love it. Computer science makes you think. We that do programming languages, we are deep thinkers. And deep thinkers are the ones that are successful in business. There's no people actually who get frustrated from a job and want to try business. We're quite different from them. That's why you see a lot of them don't get to be successful, because you're frustrated in the job and you think they're going to frustrate you in the
business.
That is more frustrating because you work more time. You work more time. You will know you have problem. Especially in our own terrain in Nigeria.
Now, from network marketing, why fashion? I know before you start your business, you must have done your survey, you must have done your researches and everything. And there are so many industries. We have food, why do you pick fashion?
Yeah, before fashion, I did forex trading. I lost quite a lot. I make so much and I wasted my fund in trading. In fact, the only legacy, I won't say legacy, the only property I be Ogun. What is it? What's Ogun?
I think property is the best.
The only thing that my dad gave to me before he went back to Baba God, I sold it and I invested in forest business. Everything was gone. That was 2019. So your question, fashion. I didn't plan to go into fashion. So it was just the business side of it I saw that went me to go into it. So I had a girlfriend then. Her name is Dorcas. She's not my wife. So she bought these slippers for me. So when she bought that slippers for me, a lot of my friends liked the slippers. So they were ordering it, they were calling me that they needed it. So we are taking it from the person that was producing it, Kado there. So once they order for it, we just send to them. So I got to know within space of 2 months, over 30 people have ordered for the slippers and I was not making shing bang from it. I was like, what? Am I serious? Like, I just saw an opportunity that come. Okay, I think it's that time I collect commissions on this thing. I've been a commission guy. Why am I doing this for free? So I went to meet him and I tell him, okay, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to produce more of it and tell my friends to tell their friends to buy it. So why going to it, I didn't notice that until I was looking at this very well. I saw there was a foreign name on the slippers. I told him, why are you putting a foreign name? This thing is moving without any name. Why are you putting a foreign name? He said that if it doesn't put a foreign name, people will not buy it. I said they did not buy it for me because of the foreign name. It is good, that is why. We know you are producing this in here, so it doesn't make any sense putting a foreign name. Why not our own? Why not me? Why can't we do our own? In fact, we are using the name YNorth. That is how we got the name YNorth. Why not our own? So I started producing for him and I was selling to my friends. So it get to a point, get to his limits. There's always an equilibrium time. So everything just was not selling. Everybody had bought it. So
everybody around.
What is the case? I needed to go outside people who knows me. So the first thing we did, we took it to the camp, redemption camp. We produced a lot of, about close to 100 pieces of it. And I tell you, in less than three days, it was sold out. Wow. We have to call for more. So when we call for more, we started selling. After camp, we had few left and we didn't know how to sell it. So one day I just thought of, what can I do? How can I sell this product? I just went to Crown Supermarketing Challenge. So through one of my friends whose his uncles owned the place. So I went to meet the marketing manager that we want to sell footwears in the supermarket. He said it's not possible, that they have been buying, it's not moving, this thing. I said, don't worry. It was around December time, 2010. It's not moving, this thing. I said, don't worry, let's just try it. He said, okay, it's going to give us a space to use. I said, if you want to give me space, please give me a space where they sell Milo, milk, all those things. I said, why? I said, because once they buy their Milo, they see my shoe, they will buy it.
Wow. What's it?
Because a lot of people goes to groceries in supermarkets. People goes to buy conflict, buy this, buy that, So it's more of a busy section compared to other section. So, because
I think that's your typical business sense is playing
there. You understand? So we make a small shape like that. We not ban it, why not? And we put our shoes on it, our slippers on it. I tell you, the supermarket were amazed at the results of the sales. In fact, the CEO called me for a meeting that how did I sell close to 100 shoes within 3 weeks, and they have 50 different shoes down, and they are unable to sell it for years in the supermarket. I told them the difference is easy. When you buy shoes, you are buying it to just augment, to support the sales. This is where we eat from.
This is my own business.
This is my own business.
It's not
inside. So it must work. And secondly, when you are buying, just pick and buy. When we produce in little designs and more sizes. So they have little designs to pick,
Option.
but they have a lot of sizes to pick. So if they don't like if they like any of the 5, they will always see their sizes there. So that is how we're able to sell. So that is how we planted the first YNorth planted in the supermarket. That is how we started planting YNorth in major supermarkets nationwide. And thank God for the likes of Foodco, Vanguard, Ace. A lot of Egbons who are now very big in the retail business now, they have been so supportive. Just Right, Gendors. I don't want to mention them so that they won't say, you have forgotten my name. Fumac Pharmacy. They have, a lot of them have invested and supported the YNorth brand for it start before we start having our own stores. So when we started our own store, we now start introducing shirts, introducing more shoes, belt, boxers.
And all these things are home produced.
Yeah.
I mean, all these things are made.
Yeah, they're made in Nigeria, but for since after COVID, a lot of dynamics has changed in production industry in Nigeria, which has made us to now start producing from Turkey, China now. So we have moved our production factories to Turkey and China. Yeah.
And that's what happened to your first partner, the first shoemaker.
Oh, Demos. Yeah. You know, there's a difference between you as a producer and as a businessman. Once they cannot upscale, nothing change. You must learn to upscale your business. But not everybody has the capacity to upscale. Not everybody wants to move from 100 to 400. Some their brain cannot take it. They will just mess it up, or they just don't want to drive themselves to do it. No matter what, even at the point we are one of the largest producer in Aba. At the point I call a lot of them to come together. Let's from different businesses, and we have to. There are some things that are just not.
They can't just see.
So once they can't see it, you have to move to people who can see. So when they could not see it very well in Ibadan, I moved to Aba. So they start seeing it there. But when their capacity also go that they cannot see it again,
in Aba, you have to move to.
I moved to China and Turkey, So that is just the circle in which we are.
That's quite unfortunate, because I'm sitting here and I'm wondering how many people would have benefited from being employed producing these. It's employment, and we keep complaining every day there are no jobs, people are not getting work to do, and this is business that some people cannot meet up, and they have to outgrow them outside the market and outside the nation.
They cannot meet up. It is not them. I guess it's the environment. The way we are structured is we are structured to live daily. So people don't have the strength to want to do. Only few people. When we are saying we are billionaires, we are millionaires, only less than 10% of Nigerians are what they have. Genuine ones, not the one that are using for only few that are genuine. So it's people who the poverty here is high. So before people think of upskilling, they're already thinking of stealing. So they already steal before the time they will upskill. So when you give a tailor your clothes, the first time you test on it, it messes up. You try it again, it messes up. With time you get tired, you stop the person. So that is how the strength. That is what, because they need to eat. So they will use your own money to pay this to, So it's not easy for them to stick with the integrity part of it, because they need to eat. The poverty level makes things not to work properly. So I would still say it's just the environment. Our environment is people are hungry. So they want to first solve their hungry before they think of upscaling. And by the time they are thinking of that, they have already messed up with you. You're already going to the next party. So when you get tired, you go to places where they don't have to think of food. The problem we have in Nigeria is food.
And that's a huge distraction. Trust me, it's a huge distraction.
You know, I've seen a lot of reasons why people cannot upscale. In Nigeria, the system here is tough.
So if one does not intentionally break away, or how do I call it now, redeem himself from that
Poverty.
Immediate hunger,
And don't forget, it's not only them alone. We have some that they have to feed their parents, feed their brothers. So there are a lot of things that actually drag you to actually move further. So nobody wants to do business with somebody who is trying to grow. And when you try to do business with them, you have to ensure they don't get to spend your money on parties, on unnecessary things, thinking they will get it again from another source. That is how the production cycle has been messed up. Because when you give work to them now, they will remember their mom needs something and it's not there. They need to take care of the family. But don't forget, somebody went to take a loan from the bank to give you this money.
I think that's part of the reason why taking loan, you can't just afford to give people money anyhow. Yeah, people will definitely mess you up because, like you right, sincerely, I can see from that lens that people need to eat and they have responsibility. And when money comes, the first thing is solve your needs. So after solving the need, how will I do this? How will I do this job? No. And then they start delaying, start dragging.
So I think 2022 I launched the first cooperative society, online cooperative society in Nigeria then. In Africa, Cloud Cooperative.
I remember.
I took in investors. We raised over close to 50 million. When we started the business, I knew how unsincere, how hungry people were in the country. People want to save money with us within 6 months and get a loan from us in that 6 months. And in cooperative society, you must have somebody who has to guarantee you before you can take a loan, who has to be a member also to say, okay, oh man, 90% of people that we borrowed money to, they don't return the money back. We just say, okay, let us test one because people are joining, but after 6 months, almost every Nigerian wants to collect loan.
Actually, people are just a loan platform.
I remember one of my friends, he was also he's a lady, he's also doing akara more in Ibadan. There was no matter, you need to pay house rent, this thing. He said, Seun, don't worry, let me be his guarantor. I will start just borrowing the money. Till today. So, people are hungry. So imagine you give such person business to do, and then to sort out bills from the house, present issue. So the question is that once it's sorted down, how do you get your own production and you went to go and take a loan from the bank? If you only forget a loan from the bank, your money, you need a result back to your money because you need to sell. And there are time frames to all these things. So how do people, that is just the problem.
For you to have been able to scale your business, grow and have many stores, then that means you must have cracked the code of managing people. Because you are here in Ibadan or in Lagos, you cannot be in two places at the same time and you have 60 stores spread across the country. How do you get the best out of the people you employ?
I thought I have the code.
You thought? you definitely have the code. But you have this, you definitely have the code. It's a terrible thing, you know. You can keep the system, but the people who are in the system are not guaranteed. But system can be guaranteed. So you can create a system and build people, but people will not make your system to work in the industry we are. Everybody is running. Everybody is running. Everybody just want to eat from where they don't. So, or I don't know how to. I thought I had that until there was a big fraud in my organization, and I knew, man. You know, people are saying, why are you opening store in Kaduna? Why are you opening store in Abuja? I'm like, come on. So, because people steal now, they are now taking it back to me that I shouldn't have opened stores across the country. And I'm like, so because people are stealing, I should not do what is right.
'Cause what is right is
It
for
should
you
not
to-
grow.
It should not grow. So they don't understand, but they keep blaming you. The system failed. Managing people is actually the toughest thing. In fact, it has gone more worse than what it used to be, because the industry, the social media has messed up with people's brain alone, thinking they can actually live the life they are seeing on the social media easily by stealing. I tell people that thing causes a lot of problem. It's what they see, and they also want to live that life. Can see so, but how can you manage life with what you're seeing? You need to work for it. We work for it. So I try to manage people. I try to understand that it takes time for you to understand me. It takes time for me to understand you. So I keep that gap very well. But until recently, that we lost over 48 million naira on a theft to somebody I trusted so much with my password. And it was a bad experience. The most traumatic in it is that I will be in a meeting with them almost every 2 days. We are analyzing sales, why sales is dropping, why this is happening. And I will see the person who is the head of that cartel. And I will be blaming them, shouting at them, cursing them. I say, Tunji, are you mad? Tunji, keep quiet, you can't be cursing people on, you know. I'm the only one who is there to do that.
Wow.
I am the only one who is a neutral person in all the stores.
Wow. So
Everybody are reporting to Tunji. Once they sell products, they delete from the system. No, Tunji will help them to delete from the head office, because they don't have the password to do such a thing. So they delete. So Tunji take 50%, they share the rest. So
yeah, big boy.
big boy. So once I'm working inside the meeting, Tunji is working, everybody is almost crying, but you directly like me did the password.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
You know, if you are raking, it could get to them. But why Tony is raking? For them, it's comedy.
Yeah, I was like, so I'm actually.
That's painful.
You know, it's so painful that somebody you trust. So
how did you pull through?
Pulling through is not to. I know how to move very fast in things, because I've seen major ones. I've seen looting my stores. I've seen losing money in forests. It's just I've seen some things that are challenging, that they are just way of life. Especially when I'm in Nigerian. So even our judicial system, because we took them to police, we took them everywhere is messed up. Everywhere is messed up. Even the lawyers will be the one to actually help them to bribe people who will free them, even if they're not meeting up with the
bail condition.
The bail condition is as worst as I was in China when they were giving me a report of what was going on, and how they were able to. I'm like, how did they make this bail condition when it was? When you look at the problem, you know the reason why we don't fight in Nigeria, there are a lot of problems waiting for you. So if I want to fight more, that how is this thing happening, to investigate, I still have my business that is messing up. That come, which one will I take first? I rather go and settle down my business and ensure this business doesn't go down, because of some people have done so much bad into it. And don't forget, apart from them taking so much money from the business, there are a lot of things we face in business too, that maybe that's a product is not selling well, that you are invested into. So there are a lot of challenges apart from so we should not be having a problem of theft. So when you're having problem of theft, you're adding up to the problem you're having, because business is not, there are a lot, you might do a design, it's not going to work, it's not going to move. How do you want to sell it? You might be tying up your capital down. There are pressure there, and now you have to face theft. You have now new people that stole from you. Now you are going to go and face the system. That how do they meet this billing condition? They let me hear what she don't bow. Oh God, I don't want to remember that scenario. I knew the country is actually in a mess because if people steal from you and they know that, by the time they get to police station, they will pay. By the time they get to court, they will pay. We are in doom. Everybody wants to steal. So, human capital is a big risk we take in the country. There's no data. There's no database. So if you steal from me now, those guys that steal from me, they're already in one place stealing now. They have been employed in different places. They are still going to court, but they have been employed in different places and they are currently stealing.
And
they have been taken by different businesses and they've still right they've worked with me.
And those ones not even bother to.
There's no database to show that you actually stole from this person. You are not employable. So there's no database to show.
No, when there are no consequences for our actions.
So that is where you see businesses as big as Shoprite shutting down. All those people that stole from that businesses that are affecting the mall right now, they are currently somewhere working now. They're still going to stay there.
And when they finish that place, they move to.
Even our own father also stole. So it's a generational cause. We're in deep problem. Because our parents stole.
How?
I don't know about your parents. I know about my parents. So I can say they don't steal. But people who their parents kills businesses like Wire Cable, all this particular business, Bata and all that. I didn't know our generation. They are. Where they earn less, but they took them, they are in all big business. Where they getting the money from is. So it's just a generational cause, which we are also in now. So it's a structural problem in Nigeria, and it's more of a database.
Now, this stealing experience you are just here, it's not the same thing with the looting, no?
It's not different. My eyes are finished again this life now.
That looting, I think that was during NSAS.
I can't forget that day in my life. I was in Port Harcourt. We were opening the stores in Port Harcourt then, and I cried.
Yeah,
I cried.
I can imagine.
I cried. I busted. I was alone in the hotel. And I was seeing videos. I cried. Immediately after I cried for like 30 minutes, I just took a sleeping pill. To make it more worse, all the airports were shut down. I could not go back to Lagos. I was alone in the hotel, crying, and there was nobody to console you, only phone calls. I can't forget people called me. That food court called me, Ace called me, Vanguard, called me. So I was there alone, attending to call. I wasn't picking call. It was a challenge. There was 3 stores that time. It was 3 stores. Just how long it was much. It was 3 stores that time. Apart from there, even some supermarkets were looted that affected us too. So.
The protesters attacked the store.
That's the point. I hated being a religious person because I can see people coming from the mosque, coming from the church, and coming to loot. So the question is, where is the faith?
Where are you coming from? What are you going to do?
Can you imagine a theft, a looting in places like Ilorin? Do you know how we see Ilorin religiously? Do you understand? So how do you want to explain that to me and you want me to buy into LA religion? It's saddening. So when I see people, even in the theft case, some of my staff who I know how they take religion seriously.
You're part of the
person that has looted so much, there's still so much in the head of my Kaduna store is actually is it Imam that is the Imam, not Imam, yes. They call them Imam because when I went to Kaduna, they were telling me that is the Imam of the community of the Shoprite where we are. So they thought his dad owns out my store. When we are in a meeting, if I can't remember his name, if he's going for a meeting, we pause the meeting down for him to go and pray to come back. All the Muslim people, they do their own every day.
Prayer.
So once they want to, we have to pause the meeting and come back and later come back. So we will pause meeting for you.
You go and pray.
Go and pray.
You
Come back still. I cannot fathom how people do that thing. Like, how do you do it? You go to church, come back still, or you go to mosque for a prayer. You will go and you will take your court, return the one for Tunji, and you still go 2 hours later. Are you people normal? You people
you don't even regard that.
You don't regard God.
Because if you regard that God, you will
people don't have regard for God.
Wow.
I don't know how they do it, because my conscience will affect me, because I don't want to be part of anything right now, because my conscience judge me so much. So I can't imagine myself going from mosque to come and steal, or going from church. You call them for a meeting on Sunday, they will tell you they're in church, they're in one department, and they still on Friday, they go to church on Sunday and pray. I asked them in the cell that, how do you people do this? Like, how do you still go to pray? How do you do something that is terrible and you still end up praying? Why do you do that? You don't. So there's nobody in this life and tell me that Olong or something. Like, don't ever mention that name, because that thing will not strike you at once. So because of that, you have disregarded that God. I get my point. Because assuming you will say Ojo it makes sense. But he knows that you are just fully wasting time, because what they are pushing in that place is not what you go back to do. And to make it worse, all our religious leaders knows that people do this. So why do you want to do it? It's bad. I cannot fathom it. In fact, when pastors were begging me at the station that I should preach for them, I said, please, once you want to say your name, just mention your name. Don't tell me you are Pastor Kiniko coming to come and defend this person, or you are, because how do you want to do it? A friend called me up, so one of my former staff called me up recently and told me that, please, that there are no one senior officer, police officer in Lagos. I said, I know a lot of them. He said they arrested, they are saying one is his friend that is into Yahoo. That I said they can't just assume you are, if they have not done their investigation right. They cannot just say you are. They say no, they cast it, he has done it before. Please, I don't associate with. I cannot call any, because when I start calling people on your behalf, they will not think that how am I.
What's the connection?
So how do you want to come and defend your member of your church who has been stealing, and you still come and tell me you are Pastor Kineko? You have messed it up. I will not listen to you. So it's a big deal in our country that we use the religions to kill people. I told Tunji that, Tunji, you want my children to go to public school, I will ensure your children also watch you go to jail. Because all the penny you stole from me, you are killing the business. Yes, and you are killing the generation we are supposed to employ in this journey. If your salary is not enough for you, or we are not paying you well, resign! Resign now! It's not a do or die. When I say employee complain, this thing, resign. You cannot be stealing at the thing because somebody is doing by your guy is by your own. It's a character. Everybody is not good. But what is your own is your own. What you want to do, you just need to do what is right. So what you want to do, you want to know, it cannot happen. Resign. Because any little things you are taking, just like a water, when you put it in a jug and something is leaking, till the water goes down, you won't know because there's a leak. So how do you get it back? You don't get the water back. It's difficult. Really, even if the business is not even on loan, you kill the business. Do you know how many businesses has died? Do you know how many people? In fact, sometimes I discourage people from going to business, because I tell you, especially when you are married or you are pushing 27, 20, 29, if you have just started business at 19, and you have not going to when you are 24, it's hard. Because at that time of 27, 28, 29, you already have pressure of getting married, pressure of this, pressure of that. So you need money that will be sharply coming monthly. If you try in business, people might take it 10 years to grow. So
in that meantime, while it is growing, what will your family be feeding on?
Do you understand? That is where they start stealing. How they start stealing because the pressure is there. They have added wife, added nothing. They go to church where they are under pressure of buying car. Everybody is buying car. There are a lot of society pressure that make people to steal, but it's not the right thing. But they still won't teach us that it's not the right thing in the church. Please, I don't want to go into religion.
Man, this is like a business master class. Your eyes have seen. Your eyes have seen. Your eyes have seen. But what keeps you going? Now, looting, management, stealing, loans here and there, this one, government policy, like you said, artisans that are not upscaling, a lot of all this. What keeps you going?
In fact, the current one that we are even facing right now is the case of Shoprite.
Okay.
The Shoprite have closed in all the stores.
And you have
which indirectly have reduced traffic to the mall. So that means that if a mall is seeing traffic about 11,000 a week, and they are seeing less than 1,000, do you know what? That's the same translation to your sales. That means your sales is at 11,000. And you are selling 1,000. So these are the things I did not write in my business plan. What was my own with them? Now that business is not my business. So this thing that happened 2025 and is currently happening now opened my eyes so much into business plan. Like I didn't write
you are still learning even after
this one is the mother of all I've seen so far in challenges. Having your stores across and they were doing as bad as because of the management of the other shop.
And you know the funniest thing about this life, everybody keeps saying mind your business. So if you see for someone like to say a staff of your own office, of your own company that sees a staff of Shoprite messing up, instead of calling attention to say it's not my business, not knowing that if eventually they finish Shoprite, it's going to affect.
They finish it,
and now it's now affecting. His own that is his own business.
Going mad in the mall. Why? Because the elephant is no more the elephant. And what kills it? We stole it, did fraud, mess it up. So when I see people posting about Shoprite, I just know you guys don't understand what you're saying. We kill it. Your cousin, my friend, this thing, who has worked in that premises, kill those things. We kill do you know how many stores those guys have? 35 solid stores across the nation. Look at how many people they have employed. And big we mess it up. So thousands of staff now who mess it up are currently somewhere already stealing again.
Messing up another.
And don't forget now, because of that alone, every other store in the mall is crying. We are can't understand. You cannot understand the maths I have done for the past 9 months. I have never done it before. The head cannot sleep. And I'm enjoying it at a point. I was having a meeting with bands like, things has changed, how do we do it? Because I realized you have to download me. This is not my problem. This is their problem, but indirectly
it's affecting me.
That's affecting me. So we have to come back to how do we sort it? So at my age, I'm happy that I'm facing these challenges, because some of these challenges, if you don't face it now, you still face it later on. So if I'm facing this in 5 years' time where I'm not as strong as this, it can actually kill this. So this experience or more
is a $1 million experience.
People who are close to me understand. I've been low-key for the past 9 months. thinking, going up and down, we started something that you cannot control yourself until there's a change inside the mall. So you need to now start thinking of other businesses, other ways to sell your products if the mall is not having traffic very well. But all I know is that the owners of the malls are not players. They will always reverse their business back. But before then, if you're not sure, your business might go with Shoprite. A lot of business are currently suffering now because of this. So, businesses, with this one, I now understand that your business plan, if some things change like this, you will now look at your business.
Everything you've written down.
How come now? Wow. This is not supposed to be here. Wow. So, but it's good because just part of it. You move on because you have no choice. A lot of people are looking forward to me. I tell my staff. In fact, that time when we were looted on the SRs, when I came to Ibadan like this, I called my management straight away. We called the press conference. I said something that I never forget in my life. I said, they only looted our products. They have not looted our name. YNorth? We are going to come back. And we opened all the stores 3 months after we are bigger and better than we are 2025. We have done a couple of things outside that too. We have done cloud cooperative, we have done gas online, we have done digital kids. You know what I'm saying?
In total, let me ask now. In the last 10-15 years, like how many business ideas have you tried?
Yes, when YNorth start going up, when it becomes good enough, you have a right to actually try test on another business, even when it's solid. So the first one we started was the cloud cooperative, but I didn't do that alone. That was my first business. I called people to come and invest in, and I got, but it failed. And
that's why the fact that you got the investors.
Yes.
Okay, you mentioned the other time that people were not.
People are not returning loan back. We needed to put more money into it. My investors were not ready to. They were saying that it's actually affecting my main business, and they needed me to focus and not lose my business for that. I'm happy to God that nobody called me out that I stole their money. That's what we call integrity. Nobody called me out. Even the people that are not my investors, who are just ordinary members of the cloud cooperative, who I don't even know where. Some are signing from Germany, Nigerians are signing from. We're having members as far as Australia saving money in our app. That was the first. Then I returned everybody money back to them, and my investors told me to shut it down, and I shut it down before it kills me. Today nobody has called me out for. We have over close to 80 million naira they put into the business then. Once again, we have done digital keys, we have done gas online. We are doing very well in gas online. We're supplying the major restaurants in Ibadan. No, we want to upscale it.
Gas online, that's the mobile supply of
gas. So
I remember that I did the jungle that year.
Yeah, you understand. So the challenges we have there is that the partnership we had then, I don't want to mention their name, they will, even when I'm buying 5,000 kg, they want to say the same price as selling to 1 kg. So in the idea, they are not giving me any margin. They don't want to lose customers to us. So if you come with a 1 kg, they want to sell for me that is buying 5,000 kg. That has killed the business small. Secondly, challenges to face people who work with restaurants who have been making 30 naira from gas.
Buy gas.
You gotta buy gas from the business, from the company.
So now you want to line there.
Nigeria, they're frustrated by staffs. They will tell you that their gas is not complete. When the gas is complete, you will take scale. Make sure you still go and report that just because they don't want it to work, because they have been making this country. Oh man, like, you will kill when you go to do my YNorth engine. I don't want to do it again. I sold everything. I don't want to do it again. You know, that's the other side. You will go and supply to individuals. You will give them good cylinder. But when I give you, it's a change. They will not give you the generational cylinder that we hold. They will give it to us. So Nigerians are fraudulent. Like because how can you be a pastor? A place of a pastor that we give a good leader to. He gives us a very, very decayed in a bag. How do you do that?
You don't swap that.
Are you waiting for me to suddenly pick a list? I just stopped that business then because the stress was so much. And what else do I do? I started the SITM, sit in the mall.
Yeah.
Which the entertainment, which has been fantastic. The trade fair, I have a lot of vendors. They were happy, they are making money. But the entertainment side, out of 3, we have I will call ourselves 3 over 1 or 1 over 3. Out of the 3 I did, only 1 was successful. The 2 are minus. And we still going to try it. Still, entertainment in Ibadan is quite very, very tough. People see me as a threat and as a competitor.
Yes, I know that definitely people will definitely see you as a threat in so many quarters, and I think it's just natural because the truth of the matter is that you are a threat to many people's business. But I'd like to ask a question. Given your sense of fashion, your kind of person, and the success of your business, what is the craziest rumor you've heard about yourself that you wonder, let me know. When did I become this, or when did I do this that I'm not aware?
Okay, I will mention 2.
2. Well,
the first one is a very close friend called me up and said, Seun, I'm currently with some people just talking, and they said I'm laundering money for politicians. So it was now she was trying to defend me as I was like, no, you have warehouse in Lagos where you put warehouse Lagos. No, they said I take loan for, I take money, money launderer. I heard that a lot. That is what I heard so much. One of my school friends has called me up for that before too. Yeah, another one I heard a lot about. I'm dating this, I'm dating that, and that's. One day a lady saw somebody wearing my slippers, and I said, so the lady said, you like the slippers or that? And it's my boyfriend that.
Now makes the slipper.
You didn't know that the lady so the person that called me a video call.
So I'm with your baby.
So give this place clear. Thanks for buying my product. So there are a lot of nonsense gist that just see up and down about yourself. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
So
it is what it is. And of course, if you want to be a big man, a great man, definitely you should respect that. Time teller, wristwatches, and what is the brand all about?
Yeah, the company is called Time Teller. Watches, sunglasses, and accessories. In 2022, they have to buy YNorth stake.
Okay.
So when they buy YNorth stake, we have to now divide our store with them. But they give me an offer that after 2 years, if we can buy them out, we are good to go. So we worked so hard, and a year later I bought the stake of YNorth and also bought them 100%.
Wow.
So that is how I become the CEO of the both brand.
Both brands. Wow. And that means it must be good business.
No, it's a fantastic business.
Wow.
We are scaling it more very soon. We're going into the YNorth and Time Teller are going to into wholesale business in time to come, because we don't do wholesale, we only do retail. Yeah, so we only do retail but right now we're venturing into, with what we are seeing, that there's some things we see that we need to, the product we're doing are so many compared to what we're doing before, so we need to go into, so we are working on structuring ourselves to that part so we can manage the two the retail and the wholesale business perfectly.
So one entrepreneur is watching us right now and presently thinking, if I can also access loans. But then forget, I don't know anybody. If you don't know somebody or know somebody, all these loans not they work. On our story, what's your experience with I remember that I attended the opening of the Palm Small store. I remember I attended, and I think the director of Bank of Industry Ibadan, I don't know, Mr. Paquin, yes, he was there that time, and he said, please, if you are a business owner, if you are an entrepreneur and you have good clinical, come around, we are willing to do business with you, we have money to give you and everything, and he said it, and everybody was like, is it that, is that, but I'm sure that I did not go, but I'm so sure that many of the people that were there that were amazed. Maybe some of us too did not go, but then people always say things like, in Nigeria, before they give you loan, you have to know somebody. Did you really? What would be your advice for anyone that wants to access loan with Bank of Industry? Is there a code to it, how to go about it to get this money?
When you have a good business structure, bank will approach you themselves. None of those bank I approach myself. They all approach the brand. The whole Bank of Industry, CBN, some microfinance bank, we do other banks, they all approach us with business opportunities. Just that my books were always very complete from day one. From day one, and bank will not borrow you via on service. You must be a product selling business before bank will borrow you. You cannot be a service. And you want people, you can't be a photographer unless you're selling product of photos. You're selling camera, you're selling battery, yes, bank can say. But you can't be a service and then borrow your money. And for you to take a loan from the bank, you must have been stabilized, you must have done, this is not YNorth wasn't my first business. In fact, I remember I did a business before YNorth, so I did Quest SMS. We used to sell SMS to schools. Then SMS, people used to send to their customers.
Bulk
SMS, yes. We are the early people that started then, I have it then. So I do quite a number of businesses that have failed before YNorth, and even after YNorth, we still do a lot that failed. I tell you, out of the old ones that failed, the only one that did not fail was Sit in the Mall. Sit in the Mall did not fail. The first day is supposed to give me money. Like I was like, I did it. I did this to the 2 years. People that will do this thing for years, they only get the product. But I did it in 2, and they give me money. Why? Because they saw that we did not need money to start. We have already invested our own money into it. They saw what we did. So those are the places people want to put their money to. Nobody wants to risk their money with you if you have not used your money to do anything. That is different.
So, but then, who would you advise to think of getting it, or what level should the business get to before they should start thinking of, can I get a loan to? Is it to start? Is it to scale up? Is it to expand?
To scale up, because no bank will even want to borrow you money in the country to start. They will always want to support in scaling up, because they don't want to start up. People don't want to start up. It's a terrible country. It's a terrible country that also they'll be telling you they're also collecting their money too from other sources too that they need to. So they are more interested in the interest rates than the sources of a business. So your business going into trouble if you don't have a good relationship with bank, they will mess you up. So it must be like a scaling up business, and you have to be very sure of your plus and minus. Because I just told you now that my Shoprite saga was in my business plan, and right now I've never been flogged like this before. So You understand what I'm saying? So if you end up being like that and you don't have a lot of muscle, fat, that can call you and you go and commit suicide. Yes, you must have understand them. And how to play your game. You must have been deep in taking a risk and losing some things before you can actually look into people that are staying trash here. What's wrong with you? I did taking them before. And you are coming to come and rig for me here. What's the problem? Sit down and talk to your manager. You understand? So you have to be very careful when you're taking in, when you want to take loan from you. You must have a mentor. I have mentors. I've from my day one, I have had a mentor. I don't just do things. So I have mentors who have gone into bad depths too. So they know how to tell me what to do when I intend. So I just don't. I'm not just there. I have people like, some people have their pastors as their mentor. Me, I have a business people as my mentors. So I call them when I'm having problem where I want to take some decision. We look at it together. If they don't understand where to do, they say it's 50-50. So mind their negotiation. So there's some like, we are not doing this. When they knew large corporations was failing, they say, Seun, shut that thing right now. And I listen, I shut it down. If they are not clear, they say follow your mind. So you must have a business mentor, and if you are lucky to get a good one, try not to ask for money.
Try not to ask for money.
Yes, ask for idea, because if you say I want to be a mentor now, you start disturbing me with money. That's good. So there is so people feel in that a lot. People, once they know you like this is billing straight, you cannot get a good mentor like that. So that's the thing.
Lastly, before I let you go, now from our conversation, you did not say it expressly, but it's obvious that religion and what's it called now? It's not like a comfort zone that you run to for anything or anything. So where do you draw your strength from? Because you trust me, what you're doing is not just mentally tasking, it's psychologically as I am right now. If I owe you 1,000 naira, I feel no fit sleep. If I owe person 1,000 naira and the person calls me, I see the call like this, I feel get my green. Once I just see the person's number calling me, maybe to greet me or maybe to whatever it is. And I used to have a friend, may God rest his soul, Aboreje. One day we were in his car on Akala Express, and he just got a call from the Bank of Agric, and then he has a loan of maybe I have something like 5 million wanted to pay back, and they called and they were raking. If you don't pay something before Friday, we are going to say. They just like, wait, I will do this. And they meant to cut the call. Say, shall and bank close to pay me. That's all. Only watermelon. Only ẹ̀yin kọ́ ni wọ́n pè tán. Maybe they just call na say, see na 5 million naira I wan pay that watermelon. I want to go pay 1 million naira for back. But that mindset, if he is responsible, he wants to pay the money. But you know that at that moment, but he could still do other. As I said, immediately he called on the watermelon. I can't even see the watermelon. I can't even when I said that I'm not the person owing. The way they called him and I was beside him, I can't even see anything. But you need to still call watermelon. Oh, the Lord, let me. So there is the mindset, there is a conditioning, or there is a level of maturity that one gets to. That these things don't get at you, or when they get at you, you have a place where you distill that, and that's to say, where do you draw your strength from when these things are happening? This one is doing, this one is looting, this one is stealing, and all this thing, information, mall market is not moving, loan is there to service. Where do you draw your strength from?
See, I'm very good at watching skits. When I take my phone, I Google people that have passed through my tribulations. I read their books. If I'm not reading their books, I'm disturbing AI. ChatGPT. I'm having a full subscription. To ask conversation. We even used to do video call. You can do video call. Wow. We tell you what is around you. We tell you have a seat there. You have you say, do you want to drink? Say, no, I don't want to drink. I'm an AI. I don't drink. Because you have to understand that you need your energy and you need your focus to solve problem at a challenging period. Everything negative around you have to ensure they are not. Even if it's to block some people, you have to block. I have some couple of people that I blocked during my challenging time. Block them. I can reopen them back maybe 1 week or same day. By the time I don't even want you to talk to me because you are not. So the more I listen to you, the more
you're not helping.
Yeah, you're not helping me. You are just doing what is not right. I need my mental balance. You have seen you need to now start remembering people actually gone through that. What you're doing, Before Femetola wrote his book, if I read his book, I knew some of his challenges back then. So I know how you can actually import diesel, and in less than 1 month, everything just went down because of the price of this diesel. So all those people, how do they solve it? How are they still alive and doing things? Dangote, all of them. So you don't have to. So sometimes it can work you up that you think that, this is getting crazy, but meeting people, letting people understand what you're going through matters so much, and everybody will be, because if you are dead, nobody remember what you've done.
That's the end of everything.
So I stopped going to church in a while. Everything around me is not even making me to go to church, because the people, I don't know, I don't understand how they do it.
I think something just came to my mind now. I remember years back when you contracted me to work on a particular jingle for you. I remember that your graphics designer then was actually one of your pastors or something. I think at some point you told me that my pastor is the one doing my graphics design or something. I remember in the early days, that's those days of YNorth. So when you're not saying that, what?
He's not my pastor. He's just a pastor.
The pastor.
Pastor Iga.
That's my graphics.
Yeah, he has gone and buy a stove. He's collecting good money now. He's like a full-time pastor.
Wow.
If you see his shirt and suit now, you know the offering is actually very good thing to collect.
Interesting. So trying to put that side by side, you know that it's not going to get in the world.
The experience you have in people who do this thing is, you are more holier than them. You are no. I think so deep when these people, this depth of a thing. Like, how can I come to the office? You see me, we laugh together, we do everything, and you are actually killing my business. And you will tell me you are going to church, MD coming by the morning church, MD set up church law, okay, MD I'm in the mosque, MD I'm. How do you do it? Like you will be sitting down together like this, and you are killing the business that is.
I think sometimes most of them have this grand picture of now big boy, now money day in hand. So let's just, no matter what you hit, you won't feel it.
That is what people actually sense to, but indirectly they're just a terrible people. It's not about people who are theft alone. People who steal your money too. We have a lot of people that has bad character in this life that they want to put pain on you, and they don't want to.
They want it to react.
And when they react, they don't want to do the same thing for them. But I saw a case of a young girl in Ibadan that was looted. A lot of things goes on. If you sit down with business people, especially people are in the retail, and you go to places outside the country. The supermarket close to my hotel in China. It's so big, and there's only one person that's working there.
Only
one person that works there every 4 hours, and the only person that you pay to. The only thing is for him to just put what you have bought in the system and give you receipts. Nobody else is in the shop floor. You cannot steal because the system doesn't have people. They are not brought up to think. If you say what doesn't belong to you,
it's an option. It's an option.
You go and shop yourself. Only when they have the camera. Even with camera with people, they still steal. Not only that, people who are supposed to monitor, who are supposed to see, they are the ones stealing. Do you get my point? You are to ensure that I don't steal from your store. You are the one stealing
from the store. So how do you stop?
You know, at the point we are doing stock, we used to do stock taking for some companies. Then, you know, you still see people stealing in the store where they put them to be in charge. They will steal. They can't take it out. So they eat the biscuit there, eat the sweet there, eat everything there. And they've forgotten that the supermarket is still going to get so much lost revenue on rats stealing goods. You know, rats used to eat all these things they put in the store. So they will add it to your bills. People are terrible. You know, there's some time that bank come to me that they want to give me one big money. I ran away. This I don't want, because I know I need to double up or times 3 of my working people. But the problem, where will I get good and honest people? Even if you pay them 1 million, they will look for a need to steal 3 million. So it's not about the people say pay a staff role. No, stealing is not about payment. It's about interest. People who are collecting 3 million salary, they want to take 12 million monthly. So how do that? And everybody is there. People want to. I don't know. I don't know how you want to. I don't know.
It's a tough call.
It's a tough call. Nigeria need a lot of rehabilitation. We are lost.
Orientation is.
We are lost.
God will help us.
God will not help us. That is what they used to say. That's the same God they used to steal. You know, it's a big challenge when people use God to sustain or to cover up for failed system or failed themselves. Or come on. It's a tough word. Living in Nigeria. Well, we get there, but I don't know which generation, because maybe the generation unborn. Because even this one that are small are thinking so loud now. They're on the loud. Yeah.
All right, thank you so much for being a part of the show today. It's been a wonderful, wonderful time, a wonderful masterclass, business masterclass with Mr. Seun Bamiro, the MD CEO of YNorth and Time Tellers. Thank you so much for being a part of the show today. We have learned a lot, and trust me, we'll keep learning. And I pray that God will keep helping. God will keep helping you. God will keep helping you, because trust me, it's not a small something. It's not a small something at all. If you have not subscribed, don't forget to subscribe on this channel, Afuda Samuel, and set your notification buttons on, because this is not just the only thing you have on the channel. We have a lot of news stories coming up every day on that particular channel. So put your notification button on so you get notified whenever we drop something new. Afuda Samuel is the name.